this week's vlog. So I came in today for a bit of sowing, but when I walked in the greenhouse I realized how little space I've got left just now. So I've got a good few tasks that I need to absolutely tackle this week so I can just regain some space in here, including strawberries. I need to make a decision. I keep pushing it back, but I really need to make a decision on how I'm gonna present them, or I'm gonna plant them, because they are ready to go. I mean, I don't know if you remember the one that we planted, but this is looking absolutely stunning. That's growing like crazy, and especially the very first one that we've done, they are growing like weeds just now, so they're ready. And in fact, it's not even the best one. Look at those ones. So it's time to get them out very, very soon. I also have a few bits and pieces that I need to transplant, things that I need to be a bit more ruthless with, including the tomatoes. I've got way too many resin traub. I'm gonna put up, I've got 4 potted up just now. Potentially I've got another 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6, that I will transplant, and it's just way too many. So I'm gonna do it because I'm gonna give those ones away, but after that's it, I need to get rid of the other ones, the tiny wee one, the one that seem to not grow as well as they should. I've got a couple more black moon, but only one really seemed to be doing fine. I only have 1 potted up just now, so that will be 2. It's not great, but that's fine. And yeah, the bumblebee pink, I've got another 2 that I could be doing, but potentially that would give me 6. Again, way too many, only 1 or 2, so I need to make a decision. And yeah, plenty of things that need to go. Peas as well. I've still not made the frame. I really need to get the frame done so I can put them in the ground. They should have been in the ground a couple of weeks, but at this point I've got 1 mat free, 1 heat mat free, and 4 crops to do. So it's getting difficult. It's getting really, really difficult in terms of space. I still have a lot of flowers that need to go out, so this week I will be planting them because there's not much point. They're just dying off in here. In fact, there's still violas under there that I can't even really reach to water them, so I try as much as I can to keep them wet, but they're drying out in here and it's just not any good, so I need to get those ones sorted. I also have the leeks to put up. I've got parsley that's just booming in here. It's just lacking in space, so I need to take care of that as well. So yeah, I think it's going to be a very busy week. That being said, the GoPro is playing up with me this week. I don't know what's happening. When I press the button to record, it's like stopping right away, so I might need to give it a reset, but I don't really have time to do this right now. So unfortunately I will be sewing stuff, but I'm not going to be able to give you a proper look of it like I usually do. But just to give you an overview of what we are doing today. So we've got the watermelon Jubilee that we are doing today. We've got the 2 pumpkins, so Atlantic Giant, really big ones. We'll try. I don't expect, get a small record, but hopefully something really big. And zombie pumpkin as well. Really looking forward. It's the first time I'm doing those ones. I've been wanting to do the pumpkin zombie for quite a while now, so I'm really looking forward to those ones. They're funky looking, and that's going to be great for my front lawn for Halloween. And the last thing that we are growing is the Burpees long keeper, the tomatoes. I've got to confess that I was meant to do them about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I completely forgot about them. In fact, those ones were meant to be sown before the cherry falls, and I got mixed up thinking the cherry falls had to go before the Burpee long keeper. It's fine, we're still plenty of time to do this, but I will do that today. My problem is all 4 of them need to go in 1 single mat, so wish me luck on this one. Right, anyway, I think the next step will be putting some flowers into pots. So I've got some violas. I've got 4 burgundy one in here. I've got, in fact, it's 4. Sorry, I've got 5 in here, which is a bit of a mix with some burgundy, some purple, orange, some purple and yellow, and I would imagine those ones are orange. I've got another 5 of those burgundy, yellow and black. Then I have 3 of those small potted silver dust, and I've got a pink, so some primroses. I've got a pink, I've got an orange, and I've got a blue and yellow. So an awful lot more than I expected. So, and here, never mind the bin behind me, obviously. Like everyone, I need to have been somewhere. So here at the front, got a few bits and pieces that the kids keep putting in here. So I've got, I don't know if you can see, I've got a couple of very, very sad looking primroses. So I'm thinking that if I just loosen the soil a bit in here, and then just probably do 1, 2, 3, and then put a couple of violas around. I should spruce this up a bit. So I'll start by loosening the soil a bit. It's very, very dry in here. It's under a roof, so it doesn't get much water. Well, I was just having a look, and it looks like the other planters are doing okay. So I think the dozen or so violas that I've got, I'll just take them to the allotment and just use that to put on the new plot. That'll be a start to the flowering. And I've got, I don't know if you saw on the bit just before, I've got, I think it's 36 primroses, which I got yesterday, mix of color. I'm just gonna plop this about. That's gonna be a quick and easy fix to get some color and make the plot a bit more cheerful until we can finally get some things in the ground and have a bit of green stuff growing in there. And talking about the allotment, I've got probably tomorrow or the day after mix of 276, I think, spring bulbs and tubers arriving here. So it's part of I think it's called a red collection or something like that. So it's mostly obviously in the shades of red or matching colors to red. So I think the theme this year will be red. Just it was a really good price, so I just got this mix, and I've had a notification yesterday that was dispatched. So hopefully in a day or two we'll get that. So that's going to be keeping us busy at the allotment. A couple of weeks ago, I've also saved 7 roses from a garden. I've pruned them all, potted them for the time being, so they're left just outside the greenhouse here. I'll be taking those to the allotment as well. I've got 4. Unfortunately, I roughly know what color there is, but I don't know which one is which. So it'll be a bit of a gamble, but I'm going to keep 4 of them to put on the new plot, and the other 3 will go in the flower bed on Tony's plot. So this week is actually really busy for me. I've got loads and loads of things going on. I might not be able to get to the allotment until the weekend. The problem is just now there's obviously so many new allotment here, and obviously so much movement that I'm really struggling to find times where I can film the allotment. In fact, I was there yesterday. I've done a bit of clearing where Tony kindly offered to help. We've picked up loads of broken glass, actually pretty much all the broken glass that was on the new plot. We've piled up all the rubbish, put them at the side so I can take them to the recycling center. So it's pretty much tidy, if I can say so. I've pulled out all the calla lilies because, personal opinion, I don't like them. So I've rehomed those ones. Some are on Tony's plot and the other ones have been given away. I've rehomed as well 2 of the rhubarb, the smaller crown that were getting in the way. I've taken the measurement for the greenhouse, the new greenhouse that's going to be coming there. So I just need to start preparing the area. So yeah, it's going to be keeping me busy. But obviously, done a bit of work yesterday, but there was so many people around that I just couldn't film properly, and I don't want to put people on the spot filming right next to them and so on. Hopefully next week we can find a bit of time to go to the allotment during the week so we can get some filming done, but I can't guarantee it. Also, it might be a bit tricky to give you or to show you some of the work. I might just do updates on what's been done, but it's as best as I'm going to be able to go. Again, as I said, I do not want to put anyone on the spot. This is obviously my personal choice to do this YouTube channel and film myself, but I don't want to put anyone on the spot. So. Another gorgeous day today at the allotment. As you've seen in the previous bit, I've brought in a few flowers just to fill up the space in here. So as you can probably see, the place is looking a lot tidier. So those are all the things that I need to take away. I've cleared the space, kept whatever I wanted to keep in there, but most, if not all, the bits of broken glass are gone away from everywhere. The 2 small beds which were falling apart have been removed. The bin cover is there. This is not the right one, but I'll see how I can sort this out, or if I can source another one. It's also missing the cover at the bottom, the wee latch, so I'm gonna have to sort this out. I might need to look for another bin, but overall it's looking already a lot tidier. Sorry, you're gonna be in the sun, so I'm not sure you'll see a lot there, but just a bit of things have been removed. So the calla lily that was in there, I've just noticed that there's still one in here, but the other ones that were there and there have been removed. The 2 rhubarbs have been removed and dispatched between plots. So slight change of mind, I will for the moment keep this one because I have found a couple of people interested in rhubarb, but unfortunately they cannot take the crown. So I've just said for the time being I'm happy to keep it there. I might get in the way of my plans a bit later on, but for the time being it's a space that I don't need to worry about weeds or having to find plants for it. I think with the plants I've got today, it's already quite a lot. And potentially at the end of the year I'll take it out and get it replaced by plants or whatever the plan is. I've already changed my mind so many times. I've been thinking a lot about the organization in here, and yeah, I've already had a wee change of mind. So before I crack on with the planting and all the tidying and the planting, let me show you a bit what I've got in mind just now. So I don't know if you can quite see here, but there's actually a bit of a jump over here. and same right there. So my idea originally was to remove, and it still is my idea actually, remove this bit right here. There's a brick for some reason sitting there, but this bit of concrete right there, just to have something nice and straight all the way there. I was gonna remove this one as well, just to give me an access right through, although this one will be a lot more difficult because it's been built and concreted, all was falling apart, has been concreted in at the time, so this one would have been a bit difficult. But although I came this way to drop off the plants, I'm actually thinking that most of the time, if not 100% of the time, I will actually use the access along the clubhouse and the shared path there, so past that first plot behind me and then along the clubhouse to get me to the corner of that greenhouse there and onto my plot. So I won't really be using that access as such. It's just, I mean, might not quite be able to see just now, but over there there's a lot of mess, which is always the things that are left there for taking to the recycling center or whatever. But there's also a couple of bins which are constantly in the way, and even today when I was coming with the wheelbarrows, that was quite snug to fit through, so it's just going to be very difficult to actually come through. So for the moment, obviously there's things you might not be able to see, but there's obviously the staging in there, which are left there for the previous owner to take away to his own plot. But I'm probably going to be accessing most of the time from there, and if I don't access from there and I want to come from that end, I can, sorry for turning you around constantly, I can just walk around the corner, and next to the compost bin I can access that way as well. So I'm actually thinking now that I might get rid of this path completely. So as you can see right here, there's already no edging left. This is just a piece of wood here, and then there's a monoblock there. Obviously that concrete bit will be removed anyway, and all I have is the concrete on the other side, which actually moves already. So I'm actually thinking that at this point I might just scrape this off, fill up with compost and so on. Obviously there's membrane underneath, so I need to get rid of the membrane. The gravel doesn't matter, it can stay there. We'll do as the drainage, and then I'll just fill up and use the whole space. So in my mind, I'm thinking that it's quite hard to see on the camera, but if I draw a line between, so from that piece of wood right here, and I keep going all the way along, well actually the Hebe there's like, obviously you'll see very soon, I'll get rid of that very soon, so you'll be able to see a bit clearer, but it's like the corner of the plot, and this bit of the plot is actually going in the way, so it's not square, you know. It's going like this, and then like this, and then like this, and then it just joined the back. So I'm thinking that if I draw a line between this bit of wood and this corner there, that would give me a nice big area to put some flowers in here. So although one of the main job is to get the greenhouse base sorted so I can get the greenhouse up there, I really want to spruce up a bit this place, just making look, because I'm not going to be planting much in the first few months, if at all. It's probably going to be the back season in here. The rest will be done on plot 11. So my thought is, if I can get some flower, something, you know, that looks nice in here, it looks like something is happening. The idea just now is I've got 39, in fact I've got 3 more. I've got 39 primroses, I've got 10 I think violas, and then I've got, the bees are already in there, that's brilliant, and I've got 4 roses in here. There we go, spot on our time. I'm gonna have to leave the cutting the hebe for next time because I won't have time today. I've moved the bags of rubbish over there and got everything watered. Obviously you probably see me going back and forth a few times. So I've been given a hose, which is right there, very kindly, but knowing that it needs a new attachment, and I thought I was just on the hose side, like the exit side, but it's also on the end bit, so I was the pressure, it kept popping out. Oh, I'm covered in mud. So now it's time for a shower, but first let me show you what we've done so far. What a week. So I'm recording this bit, it's actually Monday, very early in the morning, it's barely 8 o'clock this morning, hence the condensation on the glass. Fortunately, I've only been able to get things done like over the end of the week and the weekend, like early evening, and I couldn't quite film because it was a bit too late, the light wasn't great. So I've just done a good few jobs off camera I'll show you about. But yeah, I've done some bits and pieces, but unfortunately I couldn't get recorded. I ended up putting up all the sweet peas into one tray because it was two very patchy one. I needed the space, but even there it's not even, I mean it looks quite full, but it's not even a full one. So yeah, a bit disappointed, but you might be able to see right there in the distance on the table, there's actually 10 pots, which I ended up getting from B&M of potted peas. There's like a dozen in each of them. So those ones will go to the allotment. And I still need to pinch a couple, but see, I started pinching something like this one. And see how it branches out on the other side. So again, I need to pinch this and then it will branch out even more and get bushier. But anyway, so I got a 10, I think, pots, which I'm going to be using here and on plot 14. And those ones will go on plot 11. And I needed space because I have put it up 48 of the lettuce. The basil has also been potted up. It's looking a bit sad just now, it's early in the morning, but it's definitely picking up. So basil has been potted up. I need to do my second sowing of it. So those ones are just to leave in that pot and they'll be taken from there. The rest will be just made to put near the tomatoes. And talking about tomatoes, some more have been potted up. So I've put all the pepper, which are not going too well, but I've potted up. See the pop tea that were in the other tray, I've put them in here since I've cleared the space, which had Riesentraub tomato, I think, in the side. So yeah, anyway, I've potted them all up. So I've got my tangerine, 2 rows of tangerine, 2 rows of red cherry, and 2 rows of pop tea. So that's all my pepper, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure about them. It's giving signs of life. If I just focus on the right point, that's going to be a lot better for you to see. I apologize for this. It's coming. There's a bit of life, but it's not great. I have also made my first cut on the melon. So there's only one per cell just now. the start you have their true leaves, so I'll be monitoring this. They dry out really quickly, which is funny because I've watered this last night and pretty much filled up the whole lot. Overall, quite a productive week. Very exciting as well, obviously, was the new plot now, which is where I'm going now. So although it's Monday today and I'm closing the video today because, as I've mentioned, filming at nighttime was a bit difficult, the week starts also today. I've got a few bits and pieces to do. I'm gonna have some things to do in here as well, which is gonna keep me busy and make me scratch my head to find space. That's gonna be the issue. There's still definitely some putting up to do. Plenty of putting up to do. I've got some more tomatoes as well that will need to be potted up fairly soon. But overall, it's been a good week. And I'm pretty much on schedule. I'm just a bit late for my sweet corn. I was meant to do the sweet corn a week and a half ago, but I've just delayed it a bit because I just didn't have enough space really to get this done. But now it's fine, I've got a space there. The problem will be for the squash, which I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to put them. But anyway, thank you very much for watching the video this week. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.